Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys all the stuff I picked up for this last month and a week, I think. It's been a month and a week since I recorded my last pickup video of, not comic books. But yeah, just, like always, I wanted to share my swag and stuff I've added to the vault. First thing is this leather jacket that you might have seen in the Spider-Man review video. My girlfriend got this for me on Christmas, and it's really cool. It's really, really warm, which is great because it's been really cold lately. And speaking of cold, I'm sorry if I slur my words or if I lose my train of thought, or if my voice sounds kind of weird. I'm still going through this really nasty cold I picked up. It has not want to leave me alone. I still have the sniffles, and I still kind of have a bit of a fever and everything. But so yeah, if I have the sniffles or slur my words or lose my train of thought, I apologize for that beforehand. But my girlfriend got me this leather jacket, and I really like it. It's really comfortable, and it's really warm. So yeah, that helps out a lot when I go out, with her. Speaking of my girlfriend, the first thing I wanted to share with you guys. My girlfriend went with her family for a week down south of Mexico. And while she was there, she went to a movie theater and she picked up some stuff for me, which I really appreciate, other than the jacket she gave me. And there are some cups. The first one is for Frankenweenie. Hope you can see it there. And a bigger cup, it's a popcorn cup, also for Frankenweenie. This is the Tim Burton stop-motion animation movie, his love letter to the Universal Monsters, and a remake to his short that he did. A really good movie. We both enjoyed it a lot. Other cup she got me is for The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, featuring Gandalf. And another one featuring the dwarves. We went to see this one already, and we both really liked it. Our main complaint I've heard online is that people think it's too long. I don't agree. I thought it was really well paced, and we didn't feel it was 3 hours long. It felt a little shorter, but a really good movie actually. I don't agree with the fact that they're gonna split the one book into 3 movies. I think 2 movies would have worked out better. But I don't know. I'm thinking that was a corporate decision to split up to 3 to make more money. But I know the second one is going to deal with Smaug, the dragon, so that one's going to be better. I don't know what they're going to do with the third one, but whatever. At a swap meet, this guy was selling a bunch of random stuff, and he had 2 items in particular that I couldn't buy one item and leave the other one. He said no, both of them. For 15 pesos, so I decided to pick it up. I didn't think it was a good deal for what I got. First thing I got is this Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter deck for the 5Ds series. It's been a good couple of years since I bought anything related to Yu-Gi-Oh! And even more years since I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I had a decent deck back in the day when I started playing it because I got hooked into it. But my deck became obsolete with characters like Jinso or stuff like that. But so it's been years since I played anything or bought anything with Yu-Gi-Oh! But that's a first edition starter deck, so those tend to be worth a good money, and it's factory sealed. So for 15 pesos, that and this that I picked up, I thought was pretty good. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I get addicted like crazy whenever I play a Pokemon game, and I like manga. So I picked this one up. This is volume 4 of the Diamond and Pearl series that Viz Media did, but it has the main characters fighting against Team Galactic. The artwork is pretty good. So for 15 pesos, those things I didn't think was that bad a deal. Also picked up some back issues. Picked up Fantastic Four 302, self-contained stories featuring Johnny Storm. Picked up Fantastic Four 303, another self-contained story featuring Ben Grimm. he travels to Thunderous World, and Thunderous shows him what would have happened if he had not gone to Battle World, and he would have married Alicia Masters. This one has some sun damage here, you can see some decoloration here, but I got all of the books for a really good price, so whatever. I picked up issue 329 of Fantastic Four. This was during, someone was messing with the Fantastic Four, they captured them, and he was giving them like glimpses of these things, and in this one the Fantastic Four beat up the Mole Man. So I need to get the conclusion, I need to see how they got out of that. I don't own that many older Justice League, but I picked up Justice League 225. This is before the Detroit era. So the team's comprised of Hawkgirl, Green Arrow, Black Canary, and Satana, and they're trying to stop this guy that wants to summon a demon. Also picked up Avengers 257. This deals with the Avengers fight against Terminus in the Savage Land, and by the end of this issue, the Savage Land is actually destroyed for a while. So, yeah, that was a big issue. Also picked up Avengers 261. This one has the Avengers dealing with the aftermath of the Skrulls' homeworld being destroyed, with a bomb being set that takes away the Skrulls' shape-shifting ability, and also the coming of the Beyonder to Earth during the Secret Wars 2. So this also was a big issue, and I don't own that many older Avengers books, so I'm really glad I got those. And also picked up the 1993 tie-in of Action Comics Annual to the whole Bloodlines thing. This annual crossover dealt with some parasites that were traveling to Earth, feeding on people, and there was a certain number of people that, when that happened, they activated the metagene. But it was DC's way of trying to introduce new characters, but only 2 characters kind of actually had anything meaningful. One was Hitman, but it was a series that was written by Garth Ennis, so that's why that one continued. And another character called Anima was also introduced, and she had a short-lived series. But, yeah, I just picked this one up because it's during the Reign of the Superman storyline. So that's why I picked that one up. Also, they find the shipping problem between Mexico City and TJ got fixed. So Club Nintendo Magazine is being brought back to TJ. Has Ninja Gaiden Racer's Edge for the Wii U. They also talk about Lego Lord of the Rings, Mass Effect 3, and Call of Duty Black Ops for the Wii U. So yeah, I only missed the December and the October issue because of the whole shipping problem, but my cousin in Mexico City got those issues for me. We're still trying to figure out how she can ship them over here. So yeah, they're there, but once I get them, I'll talk about them on a video. Everything else I picked up is movies. Some movies I got as a present for my girlfriend. Some movies I got for my girlfriend, but they're going to go to our mutual collection. The first one is a movie that satisfies both of us. It's The Time Traveler's Wife. It satisfies her because it's a romantic movie, and it hooks me in because it deals with time travel. Eric Bana plays this guy that is able to unwillingly time travel. So during different periods of his life, he interacts with the Rachel McAdams character. So that got me hooked. I'm interested. I'm a mark for time travel and what is story. So this one, it has the romantic thing for her, and it has the time travel for me. So I thought that was an interesting movie that I got for her. The next one I saw once on cable. I didn't see it all the way through, but I thought it was interesting. And it's How to Lose Friends and Alienate People, starring Simon Pegg, Kristen Dunst, Megan Fox, Gillian Anderson, and Jeff Bridges. Simon Pegg plays this annoying British columnist that talks very poorly about American celebrities, but secretly he wants to be part of that world. And so he meets the Megan Fox character, and her publicist convinces Simon Pegg to write an article for the actress so she can win a big award. And he does, but he figures out that that world isn't everything it's cracked up to be, because he fell in love with the Kristen Dunst character. Interesting movie. I actually really liked it, and I would recommend it if you can find it out. I haven't heard anyone talk about that movie. I'm going through this thing where I want to collect, for some bizarre reason, I want to collect every American remake of Asian horror movies, even though most of them suck. Some of them have surprised me, but I'm going through this thing where I want to get all of those. And the one I added to the collection was Dark Water, starring Jennifer Connelly. This one wasn't that bad. Jennifer Connelly's character and her daughter travel to this apartment complex in New York, but the place is haunted. And she's going through all these things. She gets these really bad migraine headaches, and she's going through this really nasty divorce. Add to that the place is haunted by this little girl that, for some bizarre reason, has become really powerful. She's become a really powerful ghost, and that's the only thing I didn't get. But that movie wasn't that bad. Also picked up Wreck 2, an immediate sequel to Wreck 1, since this movie takes 50 minutes after, it takes place 50 minutes after the first one, so it's in the same condemned apartment complex. So these people have to deal with a full-blown rage zombie virus outbreak. So yeah, I want to get the third one, because that one drops the found footage format. And I saw the Cinema Snob review talking that it's more like a comedy. So I want to get that one to complete the Wreck trilogy. This one I've never seen. I was looking at the special feature, so I found out it's based on a book. But I have this thing also where I try to pick up movies where it stars actors' first roles. And this one has a bunch of them. It's The Outsiders. And it was one of the first roles for people like Ralph Macchio. I think this was before he did The Karate Kid. But it also has Emilio Estevez. It has Patrick Swayze. It has a young Tom Cruise. So yeah, I picked it up mostly because of that. I've never seen this movie, but again, I have this thing where I like. It also has what's her name? Diane Lane, a very young Diane Lane, on this movie. So again, I have this thing where I like to pick up the movies that star actors' earlier roles. So I also picked this movie up because I was a fan of the TV show, and a lot of people hate the movie, but it's one of my guilty pleasures. That's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. It still has Tommy, Kimberly, and Billy, but it replaced the Jason the Red Ranger and the Zack and Trinity. But it still has Ivan. It still has Lord Zed, Rita Repulsa, but those characters get thrown to the side in favor of Ivan Ooze. The CG is crap, but like I said, it's one of my guilty pleasures. My brother is a huge Al Pacino fan, not this, 69, another brother of mine. He has this really awesome Al Pacino collection, but there's some movies that he's missing. But I also want to get Al Pacino's better movies, and this is one of the ones that I was missing. It's Carlito's Way. It's similar to Scarface, but it's its own thing. Scarface was the rise of power of Al Pacino's character. This one, he has the power, but he wants to go legit. He's actually saving money to buy a boat so he can just sail off and forget his past and start a new life with this girl that he meets. But his past kind of wants to pull him back in, and it's his struggle to survive. Really, really good movie. Also stars Sean Penn and John Leguizamo, but it's one of Al Pacino's key movies that you have to get if you want to get an Al Pacino collection, a decent Al Pacino collection. This one and another movie that I'm going to talk about are like his major roles that if you want an Al Pacino collection, you have to get. The other movie I picked up is Kingpin, starring Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray. This is from the same people that did There's Something About Mary and Dumb and Dumber, but I picked it up because of those two actors. Anything that Bill Murray does is going to be awesome right off the bat for me. But Woody Harrelson is also really, really cool in his work, so pick that one up. This was an interesting movie. It's an anthology series of Japanese movies. called Qui-Gon. This is a Criterion edition. These stories were written by if I remember correctly, they were written by a Swedish guy that went to America, then went to Japan, loved the culture, and became a nationalized Japanese citizen, even changing his name. So he wrote these 4 stories based on Japanese folklore. And it's a horror movie, but it's Asian horror, which is always awesome. But one of these stories is interesting for me because it's about this poor woodcutter that encounters this snow demon, and the snow demon tells him not to say anything about her, the encounter. So he doesn't until he meets this girl, and they fall in love, they have children and everything. So one day the guy, he has nightmares and he wants to, he's obsessed with the snow demon, so he wants to talk about it with his wife, and that turns out to be a bad idea. But this came out in 1965, but I know I saw a movie in the 80s, might have been early 90s, that has the same concept as this, but instead of the snow demon, it's a gargoyle. I can't remember for the life of me what that movie was called, but I know that movie ripped off, at least now I know that movie ripped off the story from this one. And that one was also a horror anthology, but I can't remember what that movie was called. But Qui-Gon is really cool. Another movie I picked up for my girlfriend is The Prince and Me, starring Julia Stiles. Julia Stiles did a bunch of movies in the late 90s, early 2000s. She was in 10 Things I Hate About You. I don't think I've seen her in anything now. I wish she would do something because she was a really good actress. I have not seen this movie. I know my girlfriend mentioned it, but I don't remember if she already has it or if she wanted to see it. But I picked it up for my girlfriend, so hopefully she doesn't have it. The next movie I picked it up on a whim because every time I go to the theater with my girlfriend, there's this poster that's been there for like a year and a half, and it's never been released. It's always like coming soon, but it's been like that for a year and a half. And that movie is Melancholy, however you want to pronounce that. And it's an interesting movie. It's a character study about Kristen Dunst's character is dealing with depression, so her sister is taking care of her. But during the course of the movie, a rogue planet is in trajectory with Earth, so it'll either miss Earth or crash smack into Earth. So as the doomsday clock is ticking down because they don't know which way it's going to go, the normal character, or the normal sister, kind of goes down and she can't deal with it. So the depressed sister is the one that's helping her out. So the roles are reversed. It's an interesting movie. It has really interesting visuals, even though they don't make that much sense in the context of the movie. But I thought it was a cool movie. I bought it mostly because of that stupid poster, but it turned out to be a really cool movie. The other Al Pacino movie I was talking about, one of his key movies besides Come This Way and Scarface, is The Godfather. My girlfriend got for me The Godfather Part 2. And, of course, this follows the Al Pacino character in his rise to fame, but it also parallels the Don Corleone character played by Robert De Niro. So it's a long movie. It's not one of those movies that you can just pop in, but it's of course, a classic for a reason. Paramount started doing this thing to celebrate their 100 years. They re-released their bigger movies on this slipcase. Both Paramount and Universal, but Universal did a much better job. But this is the Coppola Restoration Edition of The Godfather Part 2. So my girlfriend got that for me. So my Al Pacino collection is almost complete. I think I'm only missing one of his key movies for the life of me. I can't remember which one that is. But yeah, I just hope my brother doesn't get upset with me because he's a way bigger Al Pacino fan. So if he finds out that when he finds out that I have those two movies, he's gonna want them, and I don't think I'm gonna part with them. The next movie we picked up mutually was Bride War, starring Kate Hudson and Anne Hathaway. This movie deals with two childhood friends that always wanted to plan their perfect wedding, but by a mishap, their wedding is programmed on the same day, so they turn on each other. It was a good movie. I liked it, but another Anne Hathaway movie that we picked up that I actually liked a little better is The Devil Wears Prada. I'm not, I'm a guy not much into weddings or fashion, but this movie I liked a little bit more because of the characters. Anne Hathaway is a good actress. Meryl Streep does anything that Meryl Streep does is going to be good. So yeah, and Emily Blunt that was on Looper was also on this. So I think this is a better acted movie, and I think it's also interesting. Fireworks was funny, but I like this one a little better. So yeah, Devil Wears Prada is a really good movie. Universal, like I was saying, also had this 100 years of movie magic, but they re-released their movies with a different slipcase. This one has like a really cool chrome look. But what makes this one better than the Paramount one is that this slipcase opens up and it has trivia on the movie, but it also has a timeline, which I thought was really cool. They did this for DVDs and Blu-rays, so they're re-releases, but I think it's a better re-release than the Paramount one. Inglorious Bastards, of course, is a great movie. By Quentin Tarantino, and the standout characters, of course, would be Shoshana, the French theater lady that wants to get revenge on the Nazis, and of course the Jew hunter. Mostly because that guy has dialogue in like 5 different languages. So yeah, he got an Academy Award for a reason. But this movie is really cool. We're really looking forward to Django Unleashed. It hasn't released here in Mexico, but we're looking forward to that. This is a movie that I've been looking for forever, and my girlfriend got it. It's not an original print, it's a re-release, but I don't care. I just want the movie. That's An American Werewolf in London. One of the best werewolf movies ever, and because it has one of the best transformation scenes ever. This really shows what it would be like for a human being to physically turn into a creature of the night, and it looks painful, and it is awesome. My favorite werewolf movie, just because of that, and this has a special feature on how the movie was made, and I think it has a special feature on how the werewolf transformation scene was made, because even as a kid, I always wanted to know how that was done. So, really awesome movie. At Walmart, they had this, and it's the only one they have, but it's a mini box set with 2 different pay-per-views for 2004. One is Judgment Day, the other is Bad Blood. Judgment Day was pretty bad. The only good match it had is Eddie Guerrero versus JBL. That's it. The rest of the card wasn't that good. But Bad Blood was a better card. It had Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in a Hell in a Cell. It has Chris Benoit versus Kane for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then Chris Benoit did double time on that one because he teamed up with Edge against Laura Siskins. So that one was cool, and it had a 4-way women's championship match between Victoria, Gail Kim, Lita, and Trish Stratus. So Bad Blood is a better pay-per-view. Judgment Day, not so much. But this box set was $5, so I'm always on the lookout, and I want to get older WWE pay-per-views. So this one was pretty cool. Next movie I got for my girlfriend. She's a big Jane Austen fan, and I hope she doesn't have this one already. I know she has Pride and Prejudice, but I hope she doesn't have Sense and Sensibility. I've personally never seen it, but it has Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, who played Snape and Hans in Die Hard, Kate Winslet, and Hugh Grant. So I've never seen it, so I'm guessing it's good. And I really hope my girlfriend doesn't have it already. Trying to build on my Adam Sandler collection. I'm personally tracking down Happy Gilmore, which is the movie that he did when he was a golfer. That's the last favorite movie of his that I want. But I picked up Billy Madison. Not my favorite movie, but it's still a very funny Adam Sandler movie, and it'll fit perfectly into my Adam Sandler collection. So, then the next movie, a friend from work was talking about this movie. I think I only saw it once, but he was talking about it and said it was really funny. And later, I found out it's a mad world, and that's Rat Race. The idea is kind of the same. It's about this millionaire that leaves $2 million in a locker in Las Vegas, and he tells this group of people that the $1 million is there, and he'll give it to whoever gets there first. So everyone's like scurrying around to get the money, and so they have Mr. Bean, Whoopi Goldberg, Seth Green, and John Lovitz. I've only seen it once, but that guy was saying that it was really funny, so I have to watch it and confirm that. And the last movie I picked up was for my girlfriend because she said that this was her favorite movie and she doesn't own it. So I picked up Matilda. The Saudi critic did a really funny review about this movie. I remember seeing it. I thought it was okay, even though everyone except the girl and the teacher is just mean and very mean-spirited. But yeah, it's still a classic, and my girlfriend wanted it, so I got it for her. And again, I just get a laugh out of the review from the Nostalgia Critic. So yeah. So that was a pickup video. Like always, I like to make a recommendation of the haul, and I'm gonna go with the one I've been tracking down for the longest time, An American Werewolf in London. Awesome werewolf movie, awesome transformation effect. It's not no CG, everything's practical. Amazing movie. If you can get the original one or this re-release or on Blu-ray, get it. Really, really cool. And the other one I'm going to go for is Inglorious Bastards by Quentin Tarantino. Really looking forward to seeing Django Unleashed. So yeah, those are my two recommendations. So like always, guys, I hope the lighting works out on this. And please leave a comment, a recommendation, anything you want to leave. I'm always looking forward to whatever you guys type down there. And until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, signing off.